You know of SuperMicro's connection with Nvidia. It builds the servers for all of its advanced chips, but there's also a third company, CoreWeave. CoreWeave just went public a couple of days ago. So in this video, you will listen to a podcast generated on Gemini concerning their Nexus with Nvidia. So just have a listen.
Okay, so AI is just moving incredibly fast, right? And behind it all, there's this constant need for more and more computing power.
It's really quite something, a huge demand.
Yeah. So today, we're doing a deep dive into, well, a really crucial link in that chain. SuperMicro, CoreWeave, and of course, the company whose tech underpins so much of it, Nvidia.
And what's really interesting, I think, is how tightly knit these three are. You've got Supermicro making the hardware,
The servers.
Nvidia providing those, cutting edge GPUs, the brains basically, and then CoreWeave taking all that and offering it up as this specialized cloud.
Exactly. So if you want to get a clear picture of what's really driving the AI explosion without getting totally bogged down in jargon, well, that's our mission today.
We're going to unpack how Supermicro and CoreWeave, using Nvidia's latest chips, Grace Hopper and now Blackwell, are basically accelerating everything.
Right. Let's start with Grace Hopper then. What's the core idea there?
Okay, so Grace Hopper. Think of it as a really tight integration. Nvidia essentially put a powerful CPU and a powerful GPU onto the same package with a super fast interconnect called NVLink C2C. It's like building a direct data highway between them, massively boosts speed for data sharing.
Which is key for those huge AI models, right? Like LLM.
Absolutely. It tackles memory bottlenecks.
Yeah.
And they added specific hardware, the transformer engine, to accelerate AI workloads directly.
And Supermicro jumps right on this. They've got servers like the ARS 111 GL NHR designed specifically for it.
That's a good example. Built around that single GH200 super chip, you get the 72-core Grace CPU plus the Hopper GPU.
Plus a ton of fast memory LPDDR5X and HBM3. And interestingly, they offer it air-cooled or liquid-cooled.
Yeah, managing the heat is a big deal with this kind of power density. Which brings us nicely to Blackwell.
The next generation, what's the step up there?
Blackwell is, well, it's another significant leap. The main GPU, the B200, it's actually two large chips, two dies, working together seamlessly.
Wow.
And they've got a second generation transformer engine. It adds support for new, even more efficient data formats like FP4, especially good for speeding up inference.
Inference being when the AI actually uses its training to generate something.
Exactly, making the AI faster in practice. Plus, the NVLink connection between multiple Blackwell GPUs is even faster now.
Big gap.
Gains for both training and inference.
And Supermicro is ready for Blackwell
too. Oh yeah, they have a whole portfolio. Things like the HGX B200 systems, typically with 8 GPUs, again, air and liquid options are available.
I saw something about a 1.1 GPU to NEC ratio.
That's important for networking, yeah. Making sure data can get in and out fast enough. And their liquid-cooled systems, especially the 4U ones, can handle more heat, potentially letting you pack like 96 GPUs in a single rack.
96 GPUs, that's wild. And then there's the GB200 NVL72 system.
Right, the NVL72. That's a full rack scale solution. We're talking 72 Blackwell GPUs linked up with 36 Grace CPUs.
All liquid cooled.
Has to be, really. The communication bandwidth between all those GPUs is just immense. It's designed for the absolute most demanding, largest scale AI training jobs.
Okay, so we've got the Nvidia chips, the Supermicro hardware. How does CoreWeave fit into this picture? What do they do?
CoreWeave is interesting. They're not like the giant general purpose cloud providers.
Yeah.
They are laser focused on high performance compute, specifically for AI.
Specialized.
Very specialized. They're known for getting their hands on the latest NVIDIA GPUs really early. And crucially, they offer bare metal access, meaning you get direct, almost physical level access to the hardware, the GPUs, not through layers of virtualization like some other clouds. It squeezes out maximum performance.
Ah, okay. More direct control.
Exactly. Plus, they are apparently incredibly fast at getting new hardware racked, stacked, and available to customers, like within weeks of receiving it.
So they're taking these Supermicro servers packed with NVIDIA GPUs and getting them running quickly.
Precisely. And they were one of the very first, if not the first, cloud provider to deploy that big GB200 NVL72 system at scale.
And are we seeing results? Does that actually make a difference?
We are, yeah. CoreWeave themselves published benchmarks showing significant speedups for models like Llama 3.1 405B running on Blackwell.
Okay.
And Cohere, another big AI company, reported something like a 3x performance increase training their models on CoreWeave's GB200 NVL72 compared to the older Hopper generation.
3 times faster. That's huge for development speed.
It really is. You also have IBM using CoreWeave's Blackwell setup to train their Granite models, and Mistral AI mentioned about a 2x speedup for some of their training tasks, too.
So it's clear this combination, Supermicro hardware, Nvidia Silicon, CoreWeave Cloud, is having a tangible impact. It's not just theoretical speed.
Not at all. It's directly enabling faster training, bigger models, quicker deployment. It fuels the innovation cycle.
Of course, it's not without challenges, right?
Yep.
There's competition, supply chain stuff.
Sure, the big cloud players are also investing heavily, and CoreWeave has some customer concentration, like with Microsoft. Plus, everyone depends on Nvidia's supply chain to some extent, but the overall AI infrastructure market is just growing so rapidly.
And Supermicro seems well positioned within that.
Definitely. Their ability to quickly design and deliver systems optimized for these new NVIDIA architectures is a key advantage.
So wrapping this up, the main takeaway for you listening has to be this really powerful synergy. You have Supermicro building the specialized high-performance hardware, NVIDIA pushing the absolute limits with their chip technology, and CoreWeave providing this focused high-speed lane for AI companies to actually use that power.
It's a critical pipeline, really. Supermicro's hardware expertise allows CoreWeave to offer that cutting-edge compute, which in turn lets researchers and companies build and train ever more powerful AI.
A real engine for progress.
Exactly. And maybe the final thought to leave you with is, how will this kind of tight, ongoing collaboration between the hardware makers and the specialized cloud providers continue to shape AI's future? What breakthroughs are just around the corner because of partnerships like this?
Okay, there you go. That's the nexus between SMCI and CoreWeave. I was just thinking about that the other day. SMCI indicated that customers are their customers. Hyperscalers. They are moving away from Grace Hopper. Nvidia has been able to convince them to do so. So SMCI was cut out with basically a decent amount of inventory, a decent amount of Hopper inventory. As such they had to downgrade their outlook for the earnings that is going to come up on May the 6th. As such, because of that, they had to downgrade it and mark down that inventory. That's the Hopper inventory they have. So yeah, that's what's going on, and that's the nexus. That's the connection between Supermicro, CoreWeave, and indeed also Nvidia. Supermicro and Nvidia on the hardware, even indeed also Nvidia also is in the software as well. You don't know that, and they just to regular folks like you, they offer those services. So it's more of SMCI more on the hardware, and Nvidia as well on the hardware as well. But CoreWeave is delivering these GPUs for computing to, indeed hyperscalers. IBM is there as well too. IBM is their customer. But their biggest customer is Microsoft. Okay, so thank you very much for watching this video.